Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class. Our textbook is Weekend 2 and today inshallah we will cover Unit 2 My Things Phonics Practice number 2 on page 29. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Al-Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Fawaz Al-Agil. So let's begin. Quick revision in our last lesson. In our last lesson, we did practice words with SM, SN, and ST, and SL, where we said that sometimes we come across words that starts with these sets of letters and how we can differentiate between them, between SM and SN, and also ST and SL, is by practicing more and by learning and saying more of these words. So the first example of these words that we have here for today is these words, these four words. So let's try to practice them again one more time, and then we can go on to the next exercise. So here with the first exercise, what you're going to do, we're going to listen, point, and say these words. So let's start with the first one. The first word we have here that starts with S and M is smile. Smile. Say after me, smile. And the second word that starts with S and N, which is snail. Snail. Say after me, snail. And the other word that starts with S and T is stop. Stop. Say after me, stop. And also the other word that starts with S and L, which is slot. Slot. Say after me, slot. Very good. So here we have four different words that starts with four different sets of letters. So after listening and after practicing these words, we had last time an interesting exercise to follow, where we said that in this exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to 6 different words. And we need to decide which of these words start with either SM or SN, ST, or SL. And after finding what are the letters that these words starts with, then we should circle these letters and we write down the letters here, and we should also copy the words right here in this blank. And after this, as the last part of this exercise is to go around these pictures and find write down the number of the words so we can match it. So here we're going to do 4 things. First, we're going to listen. We're going to circle SM, SN, ST, or SL. Then we're going to copy or write the words and match it with the right picture. So let's move on straight and try to answer this exercise as we have learned from last lesson. So the first word we have here is snorkel. Snorkel. Say after me, snorkel. So what do you think? What does snorkel starts with? It starts with S and N. So here we go, we circle S and N, and we go here and write the letters S and N. Snorkel. And after this, after writing these 2 letters, then it is your part to try to copy the same word, to copy it here in this blank. And the 4th step we have to answer this exercise is to look for the picture. So if we look around these pictures, we can say that this picture represents the word snorkel. Snorkel, this is number 1. Now let's listen for the second word. The second word is slot. Slot. So slot here starts with S and L. S and L. So here we go. We write S and L. And after we write S and L, now it is your part to copy or write down this word, the same word in this blank. And after this, we'll go around and try to match the word with the picture. So if we go around here, we can say that this picture represents this word, number 2. Now let's listen to number 3. The word with number 3 is first. First. So now first ends with S and T, first. So here we go, and we write these 2 letters, S and T, first. So after this, you need to go to this blank and copy the same word, first. So after this comes the other part, which is how to match the word with the picture. First, what do you mean by the word first? First usually means number 1 or the first place. So here you go. This picture represents the first place. So we go here and we write number 3. Now let us move on to number 4. The word of number 4 is sleep. Sleep. Very good. So the word sleep starts with S and L. So here we go and write down the word or the letters S and L, sleep. And after this, you should write down or copy the same word here in this blank and look for the word that means sleep, which is, if we look around, we can see it is, we can say it is the first one. This is number 4. Now let's listen to number 5, and the word is smile. Smile. So smile here starts with S and M. Smile. So we go here and we write S and M. Smile. So after this, you need to copy it here in this blank, and then we'll go around and find the picture that matches this word, which is the last one. So here we go. We write number 5. This will leave us with the last word, which is sticker. Sticker. Now, sticker starts with S and T. So here we circle S and T, and we go here and we write these letters, S and T. So this is the word sticker. So here we write S and T. And after this, you should write it here in this blank. And then we can say that the remaining picture is a picture that represents the word sticker. So here you go. This is how we can practice these words that starts with SM, SN, and ST, and SL. Also, the other chant we have listened to last time, we said that it is an interesting chant, and we said it has some of these words that we did practice. Now let's listen one more time to this chant, and after this we move on to the next exercise. So number 3, listen, point, and say, then say and mime. Swim and snorkel, watch the fish, starfish, shellfish, any fish you wish. An eel, a shellfish, I stop and touch and try to catch a small red crab. So this chant, it has some of the words that we did practice on, like smile, like small, like snorkel. It is important that we are able to detect these words. Now let's get to know our objectives in today's lesson. At the end of this lesson, it is important that we practice words that starts with BL, BR, FL, FR, CL, CR, and DR. And to do this, I would like you please to open your books on page 29. I would like you please to open your books on page 29. Now here we have the first exercise to words to practice words with BL, BR, FL, FR, CL, CR, and DR. And to do this, here we have the first exercise. What we're going to do is that we're going to write the words and read them. So here, as you can see in this list, we have 10 words or more than 10 words that we need to fill in these blanks. So let's first, before we try to answer this exercise, let's first read these words. So the first word we have here, I'm going to say each word and I would like you to say them after me. So the first word we have here is flag, flag, green, green, fresh, fresh, black, black, swan, swan, clock, clock, frog, frog, fruit, fruit, crying, crying, brown, brown. Very good. So here we go. This is how we're going to answer this exercise, where we do have different pictures, and what we're going to do is we're going to write first the color of this picture and also the name of this picture. As we can see here as this example in the first one. Here, this is a brown crayon. This is a brown crayon. So we said first the color and the name of this thing. So let's start to answer number 2. Number 2, what is the color of number 2? The color of number 2 is black. Of course, it is black. So what do we call? So here we're going to cross first. We're going to cross the words that we used. So this is a black, but black what? Can we call it black flag or black fresh or black swan or black frog? Of course, it is a black swan, black swan. So here we go, and we cross also the word swan. Now this will leave us with only 6 remaining words. Now let's read number 3. Number 3, first we need to look for the color. What is the color of the picture number 3? The color of the picture number 3 is green. So here we go. We cross the word green. So what do you think? What is this picture? Is it green flag or green fresh or green clock or green frog or green fruit? It is, of course, a green flag. Green flag. So here we go, and we do cross the word flag from our list. So let's one more time listen to these words. The first one is brown crayon, and also number 2 is black swan, and number 3 is green flag. So now we will have 2 more before we end this exercise. So let's again try to answer number 4 and number 5. But let's remind ourselves of the words that we used, which is these words are the words that we used in the previous 3 exercises or 3 examples. So number 4, we let's have a look at this picture. What do we call this animal? It is a frog. It is a frog. So here we do cross the word frog. So the frog is on what exactly? Here we have the remaining three words, fish, clock, and fruit. So we can say that the frog is on the clock. On the clock. So here we go to the word clock and we cross it. We cross the word clock. This will leave us with only two words. Two words. The first one is, here we have a fruit in a basket. Fruit in a basket. So we can say the fresh fruit is in the basket. The fresh fruit is in the basket. Very good. So this is how we answered this exercise, by reading the words here and using what is appropriate or what is suitable to finish and fill in these words so we can form one sentence. Now, this will leave us with the last part we have today. So here what you're going to do, you're going to listen to a chant, and after listening to the chant, I would like you to complete it here with these blanks. I would like you to listen and complete it here with this blank. So I'm going to say the chant twice. The first time, listen only for listening, and for the second time, when you listen, try to write down the words that are missing here. So let's listen. The wheels on a bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all the way to town. Let's listen one more time, and this time start to write down the answers. The wheels on the bus goes round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all the way to town. Now the second part, we're going to listen to it twice. The driver on the bus says, move on back, move on back, move on back. The driver on the bus says, move on back all the way to town. One more time. The driver on the bus says, move on back, move on back, move on back. The driver on the bus says, move on back all the way to town. So here we do have listened to this chant twice. I hope that you were able to write down the missing words. So at the end, it is important that we are able to listen and write words with these sets of letters: BL, BR, FL, FR, CL, CR, and DR. So now we have reached the end of our lesson. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.